All right. Okay. I hope you are all excited to be here today. Finally, we are starting with all the one challenge on how to make use of the skill you have, content, and to make cash from this. So, if you have been into content creation, or if you have been aspiring to start content creation as a way of making money, then this is for you. And this is mainly for those who have been creating content, but they have still been slow, or they haven't thought about an income strategy or a model to permit them to have money based on the content and the value they have been providing so far. So this really pains me. It really pains me. Like, I see someone spending his data, his time, and everything. He comes to Facebook, and all he does is he just cracks jokes, and at the end of the day he goes. This is really mad, this is really crazy. And if you're a business person and you believe you are a steward of what God has given you, because that's what I strongly believe, then at the end of this challenge, or even before the end of this challenge, you're going to have a mindset shift, because I am going to take you through the journey, like where I was to where I am today. Not to say I'm successful, no, 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 but just to tell you that I have been somewhere, and presently I am somewhere else. So you are going to actually watch me how I watch as I build, like, income, content, and cash. And the aim is that you take your content to the next level, your next level. So it's going to be broken down into 10 days, where each of these days we are going to be doing something very specific. um I didn't want to do a lot of all these. Presently I can do it, but for you to equally see the transformation and to make you understand that it's not a fast income stuff, that's why it's emphasized on the fact that you are equally producing content. Then that's why we have, for each day we have a specific task we are doing. All right, so without wasting much of our time, let's continue. Okay, so why I'm actually showing this, one thing we generally believe is that when there is a proof, they come to trust you more. But this is not actually to brag on anything. It's true. I was kind of very skeptical about showing this, but well, I just believe it is good time for us to be aware of what's out there, and how from the value we share we can actually make money. So this is actually a dashboard of what I have been doing so far. This money, like, is for me, it's just like too small. If I had the information at the right time, right before, I could have monetized my expertise and skill long ago. But well, I believe I am never late, and equally you're never late. So as I said in my introduction, in the first video I posted, my greatest pain is I keep seeing content creators. They are very creative, they have a lot of value, but they produce actually, or they create things with really no income stream or strategy. They produce a lot of content, they produce a lot of interesting things with no income strategy, and that's why I say I was there. I felt like I had to be that superstar with a lot of followers, with a lot of visibility, and things like that. But I never for an instance thought about how I could monetize my skill or my expertise. And this is all about value creation. When we talk about value creation or value, it means it's something that has a content, a content which is important to someone else. That's what the word value means. Now you are in the process of creating value, creating that thing of interest, of importance to someone else, and that is all what we are going to see. So today is all about day one, which is all about creating a customer avatar, validating our problem and securing our winning solution or product, and designing the assets for maximum impact. So I will have to break this down. Who is a customer avatar? Who is an avatar? A customer avatar is simply someone or a set of persons with a specific pain or problem, who is consistently seeking for a solution to that problem. Let me take for example, I don't know how to design flyers, and I would love to know how to design flyers without necessarily going through a graphic designer, because each day I will have to pay him. Or I am a young person, I have been hearing about having skills and stuff like that, and I need a skill. So that's a person, that's a young person, that's already an avatar. He can be in the age of 18 to 25 years, for example. And the problem or pain is that he's looking for a way to have money. He's looking for a way to have money. And so he can be in an African context, he can be a student, he can be. So the process of you fashioning that person is what we call the customer avatar. But now we don't just limit ourselves to knowing the person and equally the problem. No, we equally go to the age, the interest of the person, and even what is the level of his income. If I am to provide a solution for, let me say, business person, it won't be ever the same price as that of a student. So that's where we come to study the customer and create this avatar. All right. So the goal of this first day is for you to define exactly the customer and the pain point. The goal of this first day is for us to exactly identify the customer and his pain points, like what are the challenges he has now, and added to that, who will he like to be, like what's going to be his desired transformation. Let me take for example, I am into business, I want to make more sales. I am into clothing business. I import dresses from China and things like that, and I need to make more sales. So my pain is presently I'm not making any sales. So what is the desired transformation? I would like to make more sales per day. I would like to make this amount of money per day as interest. So that is a person, a vendor, and his pain is that he's making low sales presently, and the desired transformation is to make more sales in future or in the closest future. So that is an example equally of an avatar. Now, based on the age, the demographics, and everything, that's where you come to shape a solution. But if you have no clear definition of that person, then you are going to provide a solution which has nothing to do with the person, or which won't present itself as that ideal solution to the person. And at the end of the day, he won't be able to buy because that you're presenting is not able to solve his problem. So that's actually it. Now, to make this easier, we equally have ChatGPT or AI, I will have to say presently. So we're going to make this very practical. As I said, it's a journey. I am taking you through what I have been doing and what I still do. So I make use of ChatGPT or Cloud AI so as to get what I call a prompt which permits me to clearly define my customer avatar. All right, so you can actually go for Cloud AI or ChatGPT is Cloud AI, and with a free version, actually you are good to go. You don't need to subscribe to anything. With a free version, you're actually good to go. Now, we are going to make use of a prompt which is going to permit us to clearly define that avatar, the customer avatar. And I'm going to drop the prompt probably in the group so that you get to that. So if you haven't yet joined the group, make sure you do so. I'm going to leave a link below so that you can actually join the group. So what's the prompt? Act as a world-class marketing strategist and the consumer psychologist. Based on my skills and expertise, this is where you're going to insert your description. Create a detailed and realistic customer avatar by identifying the age range, occupation, income level, and income aspirations, along with their lifestyle and interests. Clearly describe their most urgent pains. I would like to stop here. The most urgent pains. I can have a pain today, but if the pain is not urgent, I won't necessarily solve it. The level of pains actually differ. I can have a pain. Okay, let me say I just like I need a pen. I need a pen. I need a pen. I don't actually go to school. I need a pen once in a while. So because I take down notes when it happens, but not that often. So that's actually a pain because I would love to jot things down, but given that I am not a student or I don't use that often, then that's a pain, but it's not something urgent. Let me take a case where I am a student. I leave my house to go to school, so I know clearly I need a pen. I need a pen to write. So that's something which is urgent and must be solved immediately. So, including the emotional impact and what they have already tried and failed, you will have to notice that people don't buy because of the reasoning behind it, because of the logic part. No, it's true, the logic counts, but most of the times we buy because of the emotional part or emotional impact, sorry, of things. At times that's where you get to the market and you buy something, and that thing you actually bought was attached to something which happened, which is closely emotional. It can be because you would like to feel like, you would like to give it more importance, you would like to give it a certain state in life, and that's what pushes you to buy. Now, when we are finished buying, we come to attach a certain logical impact to it, or aspects to it, which comes to, well, like trying to make the purchase valid. But at the beginning or starting the purchase, actually it was more of emotional than any other thing. So what they have clearly tried and failed, if your solution actually has to be that ideal solution, it means, or if the person is aware of his problem, it means he has tried something. It means he has tried something. Okay, let me say I love to actually learn football. Oh, I would love to be an engineer in a pilot. Let me say a pilot. And given the context of our country, not like bringing down the context of everything or bringing my country down, that's not what I'm saying. But the level of education at times in such of these fields are kind of very technical, and we feel like we lack that expertise. So probably I will go to a school here in Yaoundé or Cameroon, and well, at the end of the day, I don't have that expertise. So I will have to look for something else. Meaning, for a first time, I try something. For a first time, I try something. Oh, I've been trying to lose weight actually. I took a coaching program on how to lose weight, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Or I bought a product like this tea we have everywhere. You buy the product, by the end you don't actually lose weight. So now someone comes with a new product, and for him to stand well, he has to be aware of the fact that you've tried something before. Now, then explain their clearly desired transformation. This is actually where things are actually mind blowing. All right, so if I am to buy a new product on how to lose weight, what is actually desired transformation? I would like to live from maybe 250 kilograms to 30. That's an example, sorry. All right, so you get to see that there's a desired transformation of that avatar, of that client, and how they want to feel, really attaching it back to the emotional side of things. People buy because of emotions. People buy actually for emotions, because of emotions, and then they attach the logical part to it. So also include the buying behavior, what makes them purchase, objections, willingness to invest, where they spend time online, and actually the exact language they use to describe their struggle. Make the profile specific, emotional, and practical, like a real person, not generic. So based on that, I will have to do something very practical, because I said it's very practical. And I'm going to turn on my chat GPT. So here I have Cloud AI, and here we have chat GPT. So you can use any. As for me, I'm going to make okay, I have the prompt here. So here's my ChatGPT. This is what it looks like. If you don't know how to use ChatGPT, never use ChatGPT, you can just type ChatGPT, and you're gonna have it here. So what do I do? I will have to paste the prompt here, but that's not all. Remember, you are to insert what you are good at. Okay, in my case, I love AI. I have been doing a lot of stuff on AI. So, and I have created a lot of content on AI. So that's why I say it's not just limiting yourself to your skill. No, it is you making use of your skill plus content. That's why I really had to bring this together. And that's why I equally emphasize it's not the fast scheme something. No. So I am good at AI image. So I'm just having it down. Image, and video generation. Oh, what's really happening? Okay, so I'm done. I will just have to hit this. Then I'm going to give time to ChatGPT to build. Okay, he has started building something. Absolutely, let's build a deep, actionable, and humanized customer avatar. Okay, so we have the demographics of the person that's 22 to 35 years, which I think is quite okay, because someone who is older than this, they are kind of very, very slow to adopting new technologies. They're not very receptive to new technologies, and they are not like tech friendly. That's one thing. But in this range, we have good persons or qualified persons. Next, we have occupations. It can be a business person, a freelancer, sorry. It can be a business owner, it can be a content creator, social media marketer, digital marketer, or aspiring entrepreneur. And yes, it's true here, the income level is where people say it's much. Okay, so maybe I had to bring it down to maybe African context, but well, I just want to make it global and simple. So you, with your prompt, you can actually make it better by bringing more context to maybe Africa or Cameroon, for example. Now, income aspiration, he wants an income of 3,000 to 5,000 per month. So he's living from 400 to in between 400 and 250, 2,500, okay, dollars per month to 3,000, in between 3,000 and 5,000 per month, consistently through digital content, freelance projects, and or monetized personal brand. What's the psychology of the psychographic? Sorry, we have the freestyle, the interest. Works mostly online, yes. Frequently multitasking, values independence and flexibility, but feels overwhelmed by technology and marketing demands. Constantly scrolls on inspiration on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Binance. Interest: graphic design, video editing, social media growth, AI tools and automations for creative work, learning new tech skills, and so on. What's the pain point? What is the pain point? Remember, we said we have to understand the person's pain point, and equally what he wants. Because if we haven't understood the pain point, we can't create a solution for that person. We can't create a solution for that person. We are going to create a solution, but which won't be for that person. All right. So let me just turn this 90%. All right, so what's the frustration? I want to create professional quality visuals, but it's too complicated and time consuming. I spend hours learning software here. The content is not still good. The client rejects my work because it lacks polish and lose credibility. Emotional part or impact: feel stuck, frustrated, and insecure about creative skills. Anxiety about falling behind competitors who use advanced AI tools. Like, AI actually today is like something global, and when you are that person who has little to no knowledge of AI, you're like, oh, it's gonna take my job, or this person who masters that AI tool is gonna take my job, and that's real. Now, what are actually the previous attempts of the person? Because as I said, he has surely tried something before. He has probably watched YouTube videos, he has probably taken a training, but at the end of the day, he didn't succeed. So we have random courses promising quick results, but they were all generic and outdated. Now, what is the desired transformation of the person? The ultimate goal: creating stunning professional grade images and videos quickly with AI. Having content that attracts clients, grows social media following, and boosts freelance income. We have ID life after solving the problem, confidently producing visually impressive content. So that's kind of the emotional part. Now he wants to be confident. He wants to get that respect. Like, he knows how to do it. Like, feeling competent, professional, and ahead of trends in digital marketing. Like, okay, I can clearly boast today that I know AI, and that's how confident I have, because I have the skill. But that wasn't where I was back then. I didn't know anything about AI, but now I do know. And that's why when it comes to generating images or videos, like, I can just like raise my shoulders. That is someone's desired transformation. Now, how they want to feel empowered, creative, excited to experiment with AI without fear of failure, recognized as being that professional. So what's the buying behavior of the person? That the triggers that makes them to purchase: promise of fast results without steep learning curves. Okay, so now these are all the elements you have to put into consideration, knowing that the person would like to have fast results without necessarily a steep learning curve, meaning your solution has to be very direct. It has to be very direct, clear enough, and within a specific time provide the desired transformation. Demonstrations have to be clear, tangible outcomes like before and after. He needs to clearly see that if he takes your solution or buys your solution, then this is what he's gonna be, this is what's gonna permit him to do. And equally, people buy with social proofs. That is actually why I had to take the time to show you this, because if I do my presentation without necessarily showing you that what I'm actually showing you works, then you won't believe me. But the essence here is not believing, it's not actually believing, but it's to tell you that it's possible. It's to tell you that it's possible. If I have to refresh it, you're going to see the same thing, and you have a detailed account of everything I had to make, like the products I had to design to solve a solution, and people paying me for this. So that is equally what's going to push that person to buy. What are the objections of the person? All right, AI tools are too expensive or complicated. That's one objection he can have, but you have to back it up by telling him that they are free AI tools, and even most of these AI tools are not that expensive as you think. There are AI tools of $5, there are AI tools of $2, $3, which permit you to actually multiply that into something really crazy if you know how to use them. Someone will tell you that will this really make a difference in his business? So that those are the objections a person can have based on this context. Now, willing to invest, is a person actually open to invest? I'll actually take our own context. There are people who, when they have the need, they are really ready to invest. Other people, they are not. They are still like trying to observe things. Now, what is a person's behavior online? Where they spend time? They spend time on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, and many more. What is the language of the person? I want my content to look professional, but I'm not a designer. He wants to look his video editing not to take long. Like he wants it to just be swift and keep missing deadlines. No, that's not what he wants. He know, I know AI can help me, but it feels complicated and expensive. So that's the language that describes a person's challenge. Added to that, I need a shortcut that actually works, not just theory. So, summarizing the persona, Chris is a young, ambitious, creative trying to scale their freelance or social media business. They are hungry for efficiency and professional results and creative freedom, but feel blocked by traditional tools and technical expertise. So, you have time to read all of this, but you have a summary of your audience. This is actually based on my expertise, this is based on my skill. Now in your case, you will have to put exactly what you are good at. I am good at I don't know, advising persons. I can be a technical advisor. I am good at event planning. I can be an event planner. So based on what you are good at, your skill and your expertise, these prompts will permit you to exactly know the person who will be ready to buy anything you will have to propose to him a solution. If you get to identify him and equally identify clearly what are his pains, his frustrations, his struggles, and equally how he buys, what's the presence, where he spends his time online, and even the buying behavior. So that's actually the practical part we're going to see. Now I'll tell the ChatGPT, based on based on these results, based on these results. Oh, I don't know what's really happening with my typing today. On these results provide a clear digital transformation. Mission. I will put a product with clear um with clear and time bound. um Let me see, put transformation. Let me put it there. Now, with everything we have actually said, I need a solution, a product, or something which will permit the person to live from where he is to where he would like to be. From where he is where he would like to be. Alright, so this now is a proposal of ChatGPT. I said, Based on the results, these results provide a clear digital transformation product with clear time-bound transformation. Okay, now what do we have? We have digital transformation product, an AI content accelerator, is 7 days to pro quality visuals. That's an example wherein you structure the solution to the person, like the one he's learning how to the basic AI tools setup. Now he's learning how to generate basic images. Three, he's learning how to do basic AI editing, brand consistency, advanced AI techniques, social media readiness, and monetization. And these are actually steps where you will have to structure a solution you're going to structure, which will permit him, based on his challenges, his frustration, and everything which was cited up there, to be more productive to resolve his problem. I don't know if you're getting it. This will permit him to leave from where he was to where he would like to be, because we have studied everything, his transformation and everything. So, based on everything which was up as challenge, transformation, and everything, we have now a clearly written down or proposed solution to that person's pain, where it answers everything. And this is actually based on my expertise. This is actually based on my expertise, my skills. Now, let me just take this. For me, this was a whole solution which I created, I provided, and a lot of people were able to buy. But the most important thing wasn't the buying. That's where we miss it. But knowing that what you provided was a solution to someone's problem and permitted him to move from one place to the other. There are many people here on Facebook. I definitely won't have to cite their names, but I trained them. I permitted them to know actually how to generate images, and that's not something I'll kind of brag about, but I am happy. It gives me a sense of fulfillment because I was able to permit them. I helped them to move from one stage to the other. So there are actually a lot of cases, like a lot of cases, just that I can't like move them down, but you can actually clearly see. If I have to go to my dashboard, like the products I was able to create, like this was I think this was the first product I actually created, which permitted me to make the most of my sales. Okay, if I have to go to analytics, and I have to filter it down to the product, which is this. Please don't be scared. I'm going to like bring all of these. You're going to see. That was in 2000, and it was 2025. If I have to put this to 25, 2025, I think that was July, like the whole of July, if I'm not wrong. Let me see, August, 2025, July, from 1 to 31st, nothing. August from 1 to 31st, nothing. I think it was October. Let me see, October. All right, so here we have it. Here we have it. Like the month of October, just with this, how to save time. What was the product's name? How to save time. Let me get back to this. Let me see if I can edit. Just have the name. How to save time and money creating realistic images in seconds using these 1000 detailed prompts. So that was the product I created. Wherein in the product it was a list of prompts and the samples. Like everything you get into it, you just have to copy the prompt, you insert your image, and boom, you have it. This is something for me which was very very elementary, but I didn't know that it was solving problems to other people. They had pains. They didn't want maybe to spend a lot of money getting photography, like professional photography, which was quite expensive. Maybe some of them, they didn't have, or they wanted to apply for a job, but they didn't have the time to go in to take professional photographs. And this was where this solution permitted them to move from point A to B, where you can actually highlight the who was the avatar in this case, who was the client avatar. It can be a professional searching for actually a better pictures to present himself. It can be a business person looking for a way so as to easily sell his products, because if he gets to generate images for a product, then it will permit him to create content for his product. It can be someone seeking for a job and he needs professional pictures. So this was a pain. What are the challenges and everything, and what's the desired transformation? I had to study these people's buying abilities or behaviors, which equally permitted me to shape all the pricing. So I took it this way. If they have this buying ability, because it was more of a contest of Cameroonians and mostly, yeah, Cameroonians and other from Nigeria equally. Like, if maybe they had to do photo shoots at maybe this price, would they be able to buy 2,000 francs, wherein they have like already the selected prompts and everything, and even taught them how to generate their own prompts. So this was something really I saw as basic, but it was a whole solution to someone, a whole solution to someone. So, really going back to this, so we have used a prompt to analyze the person, that the person's like challenges and everything based on your, I highlight, based on your own skills and expertise. Now there is a process where, okay, I have thought about it and this is what ChatGPT is proposing. You can actually build a 7-day content creation acceleration program, wherein you're teaching the person step by step. That's my case. I teach the person step by step the various AI tools, the flow, the how to generate images, how to even brand himself and be consistent. Now, how can I easily validate this? Because that's the next thing. If I have a solution to your problem, I need to know that that solution is actually needed in the market. Because if I go forward producing the solution, at the end of the day there will be an error, because I have taken my time, my data and everything, so as to produce a solution which can't solve a problem which is in demand, which is in the market. And I think that's one of the reasons why most of the businesses fail, because they just think about something because of their interest, and they believe that that's equally what the general public needs. No, that's why you always have to take your time to listen. That's why we talk about in business, listening is one of the most important skills you need to develop. So how, or what was my process of validating this, my idea of having the prompts and everything? The first thing is that I started with the problem and not the solution. You start from the problem and not the solution. That's one thing. Is the problem existing? Yes. People need professional images. They don't have money to pay. They have a lot of reasons not to go maybe to a photographer. There are a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons they don't have a professional picture. So the problem is real, it is painful, it is urgent. I need to apply for that job, but I need to have a good picture. I need to post on LinkedIn, but I can't brand myself easily if my profile picture is not good. So the pain was real and the problem was existing. Now the next thing was I had to validate this my solution through conversations. I'm someone that I post a lot. I actually post a lot, and when I actually learn something, I post. And that is why I am always and highly keeping it that everything you do works with content. Everything you do works with content. Okay, this is something I love, but how would the public know? How will I even go into conversations talking about it? It is because I am creating content about it. That is now where you have conversations. Hey Ken, I see you posting this. How? Hey, I've heard that there's a trend in AI and people are actually booming into it. Like, these are the real conversations that permit you to easily validate. Because if in the real conversations, even your friends they don't see the need of what you're thinking already a solution, then it is a red flag. It is a red flag. So in my environment there was already that need, those conversations about it, which place my solution of my AI problems as a real solution that could solve a real problem. Now I had to look if there was existing demand. Oh god, like oh god, the demand was there. The demand was really there, like really crazy. And that's the time that these AI tools were like booming, this nano banana and all of this. That is actually my own side of expertise and everything. Like, you can equally bring it in your own context. You know how to read, you know strategies, how to brand yourself, you know how to run Facebook ads. Like like this Facebook ads I'm talking about is a whole stuff, and people want to make sales. People are understanding the importance of the digital space. People want to know how to create content. How can I create content? I've been getting equally this feedback. Ken, how can I create content? So there are this lot of things that when you come to understand and you have validated and you see the existing demand, you're into health science. There are these ladies, these young girls, they don't know how to calculate their menstrual cycles. They come asking for you. There's a demand. We see the internet is there, but the fact that there's this close proximity, or we are content, or these people who know you, they will have to come to ask you because of that affinity they have with you, with that content you've been creating, and that's actually where you create a validation offer. You create a validation offer. You create a validation for what's a validation offer? It's you are now proposing something like, if I have to build this, will you be ready to buy? That's one thing I do on my post. If I have to teach you how to do it, if will you be ready, or will you be interested? That's a validation offer. And now you see people showing interest and everything into it. And now there is this final stage which is important now, test with real money. So far as one person is able to buy it, just know that there are 100 of people like that person, and that's where you can clearly validate your idea. Now you won't limit yourself to that. You have clearly validated it by someone paying. But now, if okay, you have to consume with posts, you will have to continue with content, because that's the first stage. You actually have the validation. Now you have to continue with posts, which is what I was saying. If I show you how to use AI to create content plus get your first client in 7 days, will you try it? Will you be interested? Comment AI in the comment section. And that is a pure validation, a pure sign that what you're bringing a solution, people will be ready to buy. People will be ready to buy. Now what do? You create content on your avatars, paying more and more. There's this Myron Golden actually who says that if I create a video where I teach you how to move from one stage to the positive side, then it won't actually, or it won't easily sell. Like if I tell you, like, learn how to learn how to learn how to move from 500 to 5,000 in 2 days, that's an example. Or learn how to live from 10,000 to 1 million in 2 days, that's an example. It won't easily sell. But if I tell you that I show you how to never be broke again, like never be broke again, like you are showing the negative aspect of the thing, and that's where the person will pay more attention. So you create content where you are highlighting the person's pain more and more, that anytime the person comes on the platform, on Facebook or your content, he sees it, he's like, I will have to, and that is what's going to permit him to see if one that's going to permit you to see if one there's an existing demand. If you create a validation offer, will people be ready to buy? And if you have to test it with real money, like people have to pay you, they'll be ready to. So it's by you creating that content. That's why I say it won't limit it itself to you having the skills, but rather you will equally have to emphasize on content. You will have to emphasize on content. So I think we have come to the end of this our first class, because it's gonna be mind blowing. As I said, this is not something for you to just watch and put aside. This is something you have to put into practice, because I'm just tired. I'm just tired seeing people like they have a lot of value out there but don't really know how to monetize it. It really pains me because I was equally there. And if you need a prompt and everything, make sure you join the link. I'll have to drop the link of our WhatsApp group into where I'm going to drop everything you need, so that you'll be kept updated about the challenge. So thank you actually for joining. If you haven't yet followed me, this is the first day you've seen me. I am Unique Webda. I am a creative. I am an AI content educator. So this about me. Make sure you like, you follow, and equally you share. Thank you, and we meet tomorrow for day 2. Bye bye.